What's up, fine hooligans? Let's get into an Aquaman review, shall we? Okay, so first off, I'm not going to spoil anything. This will be like a spoiler-free review, I guess I should have said. This is like, one, it's an amazing adventure like story. It's not just like your typical like superhero movie. It definitely does feel like in some places like almost, well, not almost, definitely influenced by like Indiana Jones and like stuff like that, you know what I mean, like explorer type adventure. It's also a really good origin story, not just for like Aquaman, which they recap, like not recap, but they put in there and they fit in like very like quickly. They don't spend a lot of time like dwelling on it, I guess, like, or like dragging it out through the movie. But it also serves as an origin story for like the villains and everything in a way as well. More so in like with Black Manta, we get to see, or like see more of his like I guess lead up to being Black Manta. But like, I don't know, I like how we dove into like the hero, and we got to see like the villains in a way origin story. But yeah, just like, I don't know, James Wan, like, he's such an amazing director. I don't think there's a movie that he's done that I haven't liked, from the first Saw movies to Insidious to Conjuring. Like, I don't know, to even this, like, even the, like, I think it was like Fast 5 that he did. I can never remember which one specifically, but like the one that he did is just like, it's just a really good action movie. And it's just like, I don't know how he does it. Like, not even just the whole like how the story was executed or anything. The cinematography of this movie is just, it's so beautiful. Like the fight scenes are filmed so cool. Like, especially like Queen Atlanta, like you see her, like, I don't know, just her fight scene, it's all one take, and we're moving with her, and like we're moving like almost away, so we're kind of giving her space when she's doing stuff, and then we come back in and we start following her. It's just, it's so like, it's so bueno. It's like James Wan was like, oh cool, like the new thing is just to do one long take. Alright, well, let me show you how to do this. Everyone played their roles perfectly, in my opinion. Like, Patrick Wilson is perfect as Ocean Master, Orm, you could call him. Honestly, it should be no surprise, because Patrick Wilson, like, he's done Broadway, he was Raoul in Phantom of the Opera, he's done horror movies, he's done comedy, he's such a good actor. But this is like, this is perfect. Honestly, I thought Patrick Wilson was maybe one of my favorite characters from the movie. And the creatures and landscapes that we see, like, not even just, well, like the creatures in the ocean, yes, but like even like the landscapes that we see on land in like the desert and everything. I don't know, if you're a fan of the Uncharted games and you see that and you don't want James Wan to do an Uncharted movie, then I don't know. There's definitely a lot of like H.P. Lovecraft influence in this, and also like in the like beginning of the movie, like a snow globe that we see is actually sitting on an H.P. Lovecraft book. So I don't know, I thought that was really, really cool, to like bring that influence into this, because H.P. Lovecraft is known for like creatures like Cthulhu, these like giant gargantuan like tentacled beasts where like you can just barely see all of them sometimes. Like, minor spoiler, it's not really though, there is a reference to Steppenwolf, the villain from Justice League. This takes place after Justice League. There was actually a deleted ending for Aquaman that like Zack Snyder had like written and everything, where Mira and Vulko come up on land telling like Aquaman and everything, like, your brother is getting ready to like start a war and everything, we need your help. And he tells them like, no, I'm going to see my dad, like I need to be with my family. Gets into like the back of a truck or whatever and like pulls off, kind of thing, and they're like, well, fuck. But that was like I don't know, I think it's really cool that James Wan like kept Zack Snyder on board, and actually, against the studio's wishes, like had him with like showing him test screenings, showing him everything along the way, and keeping this character of Arthur Curry in line with what Zack Snyder had for him. Because as much as like people might want to hate on Zack Snyder or anything, I think we I don't want to say we owe him anything, but like, follow me here. Like the character of Aquaman has been almost like a joke for a very long time. And like, I've always thought he was cool. People are always like, oh my god, he can talk to fish. Like, yeah, that also means he can talk to fucking killer whales and great white sharks and shit. Like, what? Anyway, like Zack Snyder took like that character of Aquaman and was like, look, this is an idea that I have for him, where it's not going to be like this just one big joke for people in a way anymore. And James Wan kind of took that and expanded on it. And like, Zack Snyder, James Wan, anytime those guys wanted to get together and do a movie, that'd be cool. Like, just collaborate on something. Well, I guess technically they did on this one. So, honestly, it feels like they kind of took, like, everything that people would, like, make fun of him for or whatever, like Aquaman for or whatever, and turned it into, like, a super badass scene. He gets, like, that gold armor and everything, and it's just, come on, folks. Come on. That's another thing I needed to bring up. Something that DC, like, I don't know how you can really, like, argue against this in a way. DC movies, yes, in some scenes and everything, you're gonna use CGI to help, like, the movement of a cape or a suit or whatever. For the most part, they actually make the suits, though. Like, these actors are actually in these suits of armor, the Superman suit, the Batman suits. Like, the thing is, they make these and then don't just completely CGI over it for the entire movie. And I don't know why Marvel does that. Like, you guys can make some badass suits. We saw the Spider-Man ones. Don't just, oh my god, leave them alone, please. Won't spoil it, I will tell you, there is a post-credit scene that sets up some, like, future run-ins with one of the villains. Gonna leave it there. And a couple little Easter eggs and stuff that, you know, I noticed upon me watching. The quote that Arthur actually mentions from Jules Verne, put two ships in the ocean without a wind or a tide and they'll eventually find each other. That is actually the author of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which, you know, features like fucking giant octopus or squid. Features like sea creatures and everything like that. So I thought that was really interesting. One scene when we're seeing like Arthur as a kid and everything, kind of like getting his origin story, you actually see a mother box sitting on the table, like made out of decorative like shells and everything. Because at that point, when Arthur was like a kid and everything, like Atlantis or whatever had the mother box, because that was before Steppenwolf came and was all like, these are my mother boxes now. You know what I mean? When Mira and Arthur are going to meet with Vulko, you see Annabelle sitting on the seafloor. Nice little reference from James Wan to his horror universe. There's some really cool Super Friends references. If you don't know what I mean, but you've seen the Aquaman movie, just YouTube Aquaman Super Friends clips or whatever. You'll see what I mean. It's just, so good. I loved this movie. I don't know. I loved the story. I thought just like the imagery of everything was just so fucking cool. Especially that point, like when Arthur's eyes change underwater and he's able to see all the like bioluminescence and everything. It's just, my. James Wan, good job, sir. I honestly, like, I don't know what like DC's doing for the future of stuff. I guess like a statement was put out that they said instead of just like always focusing on like a shared universe, they want to do these like more standalone films, which honestly, if that's the case, I think that's what they should do. It's what they've done for a long time with the animated films, and I think like honestly, like as far as the animated films go with DC, there's so many good ones. But yeah, like it's one of those things, if they're gonna focus more on just doing standalone films, there's a lot of like really cool stories we could do, or we could see with Aquaman and everything. And also, you know what? Never mind. Not gonna mention that. All I'm gonna say is this is an Aquaman story. Okay? Don't expect like people from the past in a way. If you get the chance to see Aquaman, go see it, good folks. I know I'm late to the party a little bit, but if you haven't seen it, go see it. Either way, just, I don't know. It's a really fun movie. It's a really cool adventure and story that we get to see. And if you've ever been like a fan of like Greek mythology or anything like that, like whether it's like Atlantis or, you know, King Poseidon or those kind of like powers and stuff, I think you'll definitely enjoy this movie, or you'll enjoy some parts of it at least. One more thing before we go. Jason Momoa, so fucking badass, and like, apparently there's a rumor he's supposed to be Rico Rodriguez in the Just Cause 3 like movie the movie that's being based off that game anyway. I want it so bad now. It would be so cool. He's just so badass. All right, enough babbling. Aquaman was awesome. I loved it. Thank you folks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it enough that you can, you know, click the little like and subscribe if you're not down there. And boom. Mucho love you, hooligans. Quiet kids, freaks, and weirdos. For the love of everybody, keep being weird.